Students, we have been able to obtain metals by the metallurgical processes which we have told you. We have extracted iron, we have extracted copper, zinc and many other metals, but these metals were not in the pure state because these metals have got impurities. There are impurities of the unreacted substances. There are other impurities of residues of flux or slags, or some other metals may still be present after you have been able to obtain iron, copper or zinc. Therefore, it is important to do the refining of the metals. What do you mean by refining? Refining means refining is a process which is nothing but purification of the metals. Purification of metals. And I am saying ultra purification. Ultra purification. As I said that the metals still have some impurities present, residual impurities, some other metals or flux slag residues or unreacted oxides, sulfides may be present. So we have to do the refining because it is very important that we get the metals in very pure state. We want metals in very pure state, I am saying. Because of the uses of the metals. Certain metals are to be used in very pure state, especially the semiconductors. We'll tell you if there are impurities, you know, a lot of their performance and efficiency will fall and it may not be possible to use them also. So the important point is to do the refining of the metals. And in this lecture I am discussing the electrolytic refining. What I am talking today is the electrolytic refining. What is electrolytic refining, students? That means we will perform electrolysis. We will perform electrolysis naturally. Then how will we perform electrolysis in this? By, that means purification of metals by electrolytic process. By electrolytic process. Now we already know, if we have to do electrolysis, we will need anode, we will need cathode, and we will need electrolyte. What we need is these three things to perform any electrolysis. And in such cases, anode is anode is made up of the impure metal. What we do is the impure metal, and we take a big piece of that. A big piece of the metal which is anode is made the impure metal. And a thin plate. What we use is a thin plate of pure metal as a cathode. And we will use an electrolyte which will be the salt solution. This is the salt solution of the metal. And acid, we will use some acid in this. This is the aqueous electrolysis. If we can also do the molten electrolysis as we have done in Hall-Héroult process of the alumina. So here what we are doing, students, anode is always going to be made of the impure metal which we have obtained from metallurgical operations, which we have extracted iron, we have extracted copper, we have extracted zinc. So impure, it is still impure. We are saying there are impurities. So we make a thick impure metal. This is thick, and this is thin. Cathode is thin. So let us see what happens and how the process takes place. In today's lecture, I am discussing the electrolytic refining of copper. Electrolytic refining of copper. So we have already obtained copper. We will do the electrolytic refining. My anode is impure copper, and this is thick. And my cathode is thin, pure copper. This has got impure copper. This has impurities. What are the impurities? There could be iron, there could be nickel, there could be platinum, gold, antimony, phosphorus, or some other impurities could be there. Which could be present in these cases. So iron and nickel, there could be zinc also. as impurities which is present in this copper. Now this thin pure copper, this is pure, and our electrolyte here is copper sulfate, and we add some acid, H2SO4 supposing. So there is some acid. Now we will pass electric current through this, students. What will we do? We will pass. This is our thick, and this is my thin plate. So this is our positive anode, and this is our negative, which is cathode. This is pure copper. And what is this? Impure copper. And you have solution here. What we are saying? Copper sulfate and acid, H plus. So now what will we do? You can pass electricity through this, students. So this is my class. This is my battery here. So what is going to happen now? Interesting thing. Let us see what are the reactions which will take place. What are the reactions which will take place? You have at the anode, you have copper. So what is going to happen? Copper will undergo oxidation. Now if you have other metals like iron will also undergo oxidation if it is present. Then you have nickel will also go oxidation. So these are iron, nickel, they are more electropositive. Than copper. The electrode potential values are known to us. We will see. Even if zinc is there, then zinc is also undergoing to form this. We already know that we are aware what is the electrode potential value, students. E naught copper 2 to copper is plus 0.34 volt, and for E naught iron 2 to iron is minus 0.44 volt, and E naught Zn2 to zinc we know is minus 0.76 volt. And what about nickel? E naught nickel to nickel, students, is minus the value is known, it is given in the book, minus 0.25 volt. So we can say that these are more electropositive than copper, so they will go into solution. What we are saying, electropositive ions go into solution. And what is the less electropositive or less electropositive, or which do not form ions? What will they happen to them? Gold, platinum, we are saying, sulfur, antimony, all these impurities, if they are there, gold, platinum, sulfur, etc., they will settle down. And this is known as anode mud. So what you have in the electrolytic tank, the costly, these are costly metals, you can see, students, they are costly metals. So you may get gold, platinum or silver, etc. These are costly metals, they will settle down if they are present. So what is happening? These are precious metals. If they are present, they are going to settle down. They will remain a solution. Now what will happen at the cathode? Let us see what is happening at the cathode, students. At the cathode, copper, this reduction is preferred as the value is more. So copper will be produced at the cathode. they are these other here iron 2 plus and nickel 2 plus zinc, they will remain in the solution. They are present in smaller amounts and their reduction potential is more negative. This reduction potential is plus 0.34, so this process will happen since this is present in large amount also. Therefore the copper will start depositing at cathode. Copper will start depositing at the cathode, and slowly the entire anode will be used up, and also you will get anode mud. The anode mud is important for us because it gives us some precious metals. So the anode mud gives us precious metals, and this helps in recovering the cost of this recovers the cost of the electrolysis of this covers the cost of electrolysis of impure copper. Because this is costly, so these metals which we obtained in the anode mud, which is gold, platinum, silver, they are precious, so they are present in very small amounts, but we can recover them, and this bears the cost of the electrolysis of copper, students. Similarly, zinc can also be we can do the electrolysis of zinc also. By electrolytic refining, we can purify the zinc metal also. So in my next class, students, I will discuss the next topic of the electrolytic of the refining of the metals, so which is distillation and liquefaction, etc.